Okay. We're live. We're live. Back again with another playoff series. Playoff 2014. Semifinals. Round three. We have the loss. No, actually, we do have the Washington Wizards versus the Indiana Pacers, game three. And we have, after that, we have the Los Angeles Clippers versus the Oklahoma Thunder, game three. Um, Game three, the Wizards have got it at home because they had two games in Indiana, so they're going back to Washington for the Wizards, which is good for them. And game three for the game three series should be held in, or for Clippers and Thunder should be held in Los Angeles. It's gonna be interesting, man. That's the first time they've been gone back, yeah, since the whole well, actually, not since the whole Dolly Sterling thing, but be interesting to see what happens back in Los Angeles anyway, back down there for the Clippers. But let's go to the first matchup. So Indiana Pacers and the Washington Wizards, game three in Washington. The way I see this game is going to be interesting, and to be honest, with you, Washington are playing tremendous basketball. They actually do what they do well. Like they know how to break the defenses down. With the Pacers. The Pacers played really good in game two because of Roy Hibbert. I mean, Roy Hibbert came to play. If Roy Hibbert comes to play, boy, then Washington is going to be a whole heap of trouble because Roy Hibbert's the machine that makes the whole of the Pacers work. But when it comes to Washington, they play a more relaxed freestyle game round, but they got beat in the last quarter, like I said in the previous game. They got beat on their with the pick and roll. So maybe they need to make some adjustments wherever with the pick and roll. Maybe they need to. I don't know what the coach is going to do. But Indiana took that away from them, and they've done a really good job. So it's up to Washington to try and come back. They might still win tonight, and I'll go Washington. I'll go Washington. I think they might still win tonight. I mean, I've picked them already. Picked them like twice already. So the series is tied up 1-1. Like I said, the Pacers got a game back at home, and which is good for them. But I think Washington might win tonight. Definitely. If they make smart adjustments. Roy Hibbert comes to play though. It's not going to be easy because look, Pacers are still the number one seed in the East, and at the end of the day, they're supposed to do what they're supposed to do to Washington, and that's the way it's supposed to be. But Washington are making it interesting, although it's not, even though the odds are far in between, but Washington comes to play. So this is more of a series than some of the other conferences plays. So it should be an interesting game. But I'm picking the Washington Wizards. Chris Caban and Kyle not here again. Them guys. Chris definitely got 2 O's. He's got too many O's, too many losses on his record. That's why he disappeared. All right, so we're gonna move to the next game. We're gonna move to the Los Angeles Clippers versus the Oklahoma Thunder. That should be an interesting series. Back to Los Angeles. The Thunder, the MVP came to play in game two. It's what you expected. And Russell Westbrook played outstanding basketball. Baka, even Perkins chipped in that now. But Los Angeles, they got to make some adjustments. Doc Rivers even admitted they got their ass kicked in game two. But game three, the Clippers are playing tremendous ball. I mean, I picked the Oklahoma Thunder to win the series in total, but I think back at home in Los Angeles, they might just get a win here. I could see them getting a win here, and then the Thunder probably have to make adjustments. Chris Paul's playing tremendous basketball, and I think Los Angeles probably win. But I'm picking Oklahoma Thunder over in the series, so I'm just going to stick with Oklahoma Thunder, not to confuse no one. So I feel like the Oklahoma Thunder, I don't know if they win tonight, be good, but a lot of home momentum going back for the Clippers. The Clippers make some sort of adjustment. Doc Rivers going to make some adjustments in that, and we'll see. But yeah, tonight I'm going with the Thunder still anyway. But I won't be surprised if the Clippers was to win. Okay, let's look at the standings. It's looking pretty interesting from what I can see. It's looking very, very interesting. Alrighty, bring that up on the screen for y'all, Hoop fans. I'm glad that you guys came over and join me in the playoffs. So it's really good. Okay, so these are the standings as you can see. San Antonio and Portland, it's what I expected. I think the Portland's just like I said before yesterday. I think Portland too inexperienced, and San Antonio, doing what they're supposed to. But their next game back at Portland, so we'll see. But the adjustments are hard. San Antonio definitely one seed, and definitely that series is looking hard. And the Miami series, these are the games yesterday. Game 2, um, Brooklyn versus Miami Heat. There's no way. Kevin Garnett and Paul Pierce, they're not ready. Like Darren Williams, they need more weapons than what they got. They're not beating the Miami Heat. I said it already. Chris obviously picked Brooklyn, so they're not beating Miami. So that them two series is doing. I mean, Miami and San Antonio are looking a lot to get into the finals right now. Sorry, get into the not the finals, get into the semifinals definitely. Um, we're in the semi-finals. What am I talking about? Yeah, getting to the finals. Eastern and West, they're locked. San Antonio is definitely a lock to get into the Western Conference Finals, and Miami look like they're going all the way. I actually know stuff. But the interesting games are the ones today. Definitely the Clippers versus Oklahoma Thunder. They're the interesting games because you never know what Kevin Durant's going to turn up. And Chris Paul has another game like he had in Game 1. It's going to be very hard. So very interesting game. As you can see, like they've evenly. I mean, look, Oklahoma Thunder number 2 and the Clippers are number 3. So you're going to get a close match. And also they're going back to the Washington Wizards series, Pacers series. Yeah, the Wizards series and the Pacers. That even though it's a 5 and number 1 seed, yeah, like Pacers number 1 and Wizards number 5. You're gonna get like that. It's surprisingly the matchup is really Washington. They fare pretty well against them. It depends. It's like a martial arts fight, man. It depends what style gets off first and they win. I mean, if Washington have a really good start, then it's hard for the Pacers to just put themselves back in it. But their style they got some interior thing with Gora and what thing. But when the Pacers start playing defense, man, it's night and day, man. It's night and day because when the Roy Herbert starts to show up, man, very hard. But the Washington Wizards, they believe they got Game 1, so they can believe in themselves that they could do this, and they're back at home, so they should be all confident to try and take this game here. So it's gonna be a very interesting series. I was hoping more people could come over, but you listen to the day, yeah. Hey, I'll do it by myself because at the end of the day, I'm a hoop fan like you all listening, and this is the playoffs is pretty good, man. It's not like I wish I probably should have covered the playoffs number 1, man, the series number 1. This would be interesting, but as it stands right now, we're getting some fairly interesting games. So Game 3 tonight, Indiana Pacers versus Washington Wizards, and Los Angeles Clippers versus Oklahoma Thunder at home for the Clippers, at home for Washington against the Pacers. So stay tuned, peoples, and I'll catch you up tomorrow. Peace.